Yo, what's up guys, and welcome back to another Laptime challenge on Gran Turismo 7. Today we are racing a small heritage, which is the Renault Clio R.S trophy. We are racing this one on Sardegna road track in layout A. The car is equipped with sports hard tires and the current world record is set at a 204 flat. That means we need to beat at least a 207.7. So let's get right into the guide. So make sure when starting into your lap to cut a lot of the curb off the last corner and keeping it flat out through this one to make sure you carry a high amount of speed into your lap. Then the lap itself only has some few brake points you have to consider, but let's go for this one. So being at maximum speed, go over to the right hand side of the track, and the brake marker I used is this red barrier end on the right hand side. So dead next to this one, brake hard in a straight line, go down to third gear, then aim for the inside curb on the left, let the car slide a little if it does, and then early back to the power in third gear. Then keep it flat out through this right and left hander, close to the curb on the left hand side, then go over to the right hand side of the track up to fifth gear shortly, and then your next brake marker is the 50 board on the right hand side. Give it some brake action and down to third gear, then let the car coast over the left hand side curb, then give it a short power input before going into the brakes again but gently. Then use some trail braking, let the car coast over the right hand side curb and as early as possible back to the power again in third and use all the width of the track. Then go up to fourth gear and over to the right hand side of the track, keep it in fourth, and the next brake marker is shortly after the 50 board on top. Hard initial brake input before going gently off the brakes down to third gear, let the car coast to the inside wall of that corner and mid corner go fully back to the power again. Try to use all the width of the track but don't hit the barrier. Now the next part is flat out, try to rev out fourth gear, keep it in fifth uphill, and then the next brake marker is slightly ahead of the 100 board. More accurate, like the second post of fixation of the barrier on the right. Now initially go hard into the brakes in a straight line, then lift the brake pedal, go down to second gear, let the car coast into the corner, close to the inside curb, early up to third, and what's most important, as early as possible back to the power in third. Now again, keep it flat out and try to keep the corners as narrow as possible to the barrier, and then the most crucial part is the next left-hander. So through this right-hander cut a lot of the curb, and then at the beginning of this barrier, this blue box on the right-hand side, give it a tap to the brakes, then lift the brake pedal, let the car slide into the left-hand side corner, and then go flat out again and try to keep it on the track. And then coming to the very last brake marker, which is the 100 board on top of you. So just when being below that board, hard into the brakes in a straight line, again lift the brake pedal when turning in, down to second shortly, early up to third, and then as early as possible back to the power without going wide. And now for the rest of the lap, it's just flat out and try to go for early turn in, cut a lot of the curb on this right hand side, and then make your way to the finish line getting 2 million credits. And as usual, let's review the lap once more from chase cam. So coming out of the last corner, make sure you get that dead right, keep it flat out to carry a high speed into your lap. Then go over to the right hand side of the track, and the first brake marker is the red marked ending of the barrier. Brake hard in a straight line, go down to third gear, then aim for the inside curb, let the car coast shortly and back to the power in third. Now keep it flat out up to fourth gear, close to the curbs on the right and now on the left hand side. Then go over to the right hand side of the track, and the next brake marker you want to search for is that 50 board next to the track on the right. Short tap to the brakes, down to third gear, then let the car coast over the curb on the left hand side, short power input before braking again and letting the car coast again through this corner, before going early back to the power and trying to use all the width of the track. Now up to fourth gear and over to the right hand side of the track, and now after the 50 board on top, you brake hard in a straight line, then lift for trail braking, keep it in third and mid corner, go back to the power, try to use all the width of the track but avoid to hit the barrier. Now the next part is completely flat out, so rev out fourth gear cause it goes a bit uphill, then go up to fifth, and then at the end of this one, the next brake marker you want to search for is around 120 meters, so shortly ahead of the 100 board. Brake hard in a straight line initially, then use trail braking down to second, early back to third and flat out as early as possible. Now again, this one is flat out, try to keep it close to the barriers when going through the corners. Now followed by a double right-hander. At the second one, cut a lot of the grass on the right hand side, and then at the beginning of this curb or this blue box on the right, give it a tap to the brakes in fourth, let the car slide into the corner and flat out again, trying to stay on track. Now the last brake marker is the 100 board, dead below this one, brake hard in a straight line again, then use trail braking down to second shortly, up to third, and then flat out again back to the power. And now from this point, it's just keeping your foot down on that gas pedal, cut a lot of the curb on the right hand side here, and then make your way to the finish line and get yourself 2 million credits. So what are my thoughts on this one? I think finally we have a challenge that is worth going for. This one is really great fun, and to be honest, I'm short in time, so I only did 9 or 10 laps and got quite good into the gold sector at just plus 1.8%. But being like 3000 something in the ranking, I think a lot of guys are enjoying this one and are easily getting gold. So go for a try as well and let me know in the comments how you handled this one. And as usually, if this guide helps you out, I'd be happy if you drop a like, share this video and subscribe to the channel to not miss future videos. And then again, thanks for watching, I hope to see you guys in the next one, and bye bye.